first of all, let me just introduce myself. Mr. Prince, this is Tunde speaking. The co-host for Spencer. We grew up together.
Yeah.
From back in the day.
No. All good.
But I've been following you for the longest. I remember early Floyd Mayweather days, and you was there. I know you had a part to play in that. But just from the Rap-a-Lot scene, I remember watching I don't know if it was a documentary or YouTube clip on you, you know, and just speaking about, you know, how you just envisioned everything and how, you know, it came through, and then nothing but the grace of God and things like that, they inspire me. So I just wanna say before we even touch the interview that you're one of my inspirations, 100%.
I appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate the support.
Yes, sir. Always.
As well.
You know, it's hard to find guys that are real and keep it real consistently over a period of time. You know yourself, a lot of people come and go, you know, but
right.
You've been representing for the longest, and I know you're going to breathe your last breath before you stop representing. So
yeah, that's real.
yeah. So it's all love, brother. It's all love.
Yeah, man. So, when we're going to start filming? We're going to film, right, boom. Right, the fight is right.
We're here.
And we're here with the big man on the phone right now. When you talk about Don Dada, this man, yeah, this is the real McCoy. You know J.Prince is Jamaican, isn't it?
Yeah.
No,
don't lie.
No, joke. J.Prince.
I definitely have some Jamaican in me.
Yeah,
we have to
know that.
We have to.
But all Jamaicans are Africans, so it's all love in the place. But no, J.Prince, we saw a fantastic win on the weekend with one of your prospects, Shakur Stevenson. And Stevenson put in a really, really good performance against Joet Gonzalez. From when you've had Shakur, did you know that he could win a world title so early from turning professional?
Yeah, most definitely. I saw those skills, the potential in him way before he even turned pro. So I knew that he had the ingredients to become a world champion before the average time or the average fight that most become world champions. He was a lot of steps ahead.
How, J.Prince, Tunde speaking here, how far do you think this young man can go? Do you feel that he has the credentials, or, you know, the stick you need to be a long reigning champion? Do you think he has that? Because many fighters and many champions of the past, you know, they make a few millions, and the whole dedication, you know, it leaves them. You know, the lights, the fame. From what you've seen with Shakur, do you think he has the minerals to be a long reigning champion?
Yeah, most definitely. I think he has the minerals, the ingredients, the discipline, and everything that it takes to you know, be a reigning world champion for a long time. Because first of all, you know, we know the sweet science of the sport that really gives you longevity is to hit and not be hit.
That's correct.
And he seemed to have mastered that part. So, you know, all the other is outside of the ring, and, you know, he's doing well right now.
Yes, I mean, I've never actually watched, you know, before. To this day, I still ain't watched Shakur, but, you know, I don't really look on fighters outside the one I personally train, but one vivid memory I have of Shakur was in the Olympics and how he took the defeat. I think he got a silver medal, is that right? But I remember the young brother, he took it so personal. You know, I guess everybody, when they lose, but you can actually feel the passion and the pain in him. And I said to myself, yeah, this one here, I see something special in there. Just by, not even watching him, but just by the emotion, because you know yourself. You seen them all. You know, every so often there comes along a Andre Ward, there comes along a Floyd Mayweather, and I personally think, without even watching him, that Shakur could be, because how old is he, Jay? How old is he?
22.
Shakur 22.
Wow.
22 years
And
old.
already a world champion.
Already a world champion.
Right.
The vacant crown. Yeah. But the talk is now that you straight away you're looking to unify. So we have Josh Warrington over here in the UK. And I know that you're looking around. We spent some time out in Dubai. You know what I mean? I was trying to convert J.Prince to Islam, but no, so it's like, he's a strong churchman, you know.
Yes, sir.
Right. So the Josh Warrington fight. How soon would you like that fight? Because Josh Warrington is an accomplished fighter. He's beaten some very good fighters on the win. A very good win over Lee Selby. Very, very good win over Carl Frampton. Do you see that fight happening like now, or make it build?
Yeah, no, I definitely, I think Shakur, we would like to embrace that like ASAP.
Wow.
You know, we feel like we're ready. We have a lot of respect for Warrington because, you know, like you say, he's a well-rounded fighter. But we would like to see him as soon as possible.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Well, going back just a little bit, I want you to tell me just briefly. I know, did you actually manage Floyd at one point of his career?
Floyd
Mayweather?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And also Andre Ward, is that correct?
Yeah, he managed both.
Yeah,
managed Andre Ward.
Yeah, I definitely managed both of those guys. I had a lot of fun with both of them. I still manage Andre Ward.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. And what was your experience like, working with Floyd? Because, myself going to Las Vegas, I see, Floyd is very centered. He's very self-centered. And I wondered if sometimes, I always try to tell the people that sometimes what you see on the screen is not the actual person. So I'd be interested to hear your views on, how you personally saw Floyd and your time working with him, your experiences and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a beautiful journey coming in with Floyd. He was like one of my first fighters that I had the opportunity to manage, and when I came into his world, a lot of people wasn't ready for it because I brought along with me hip hop swagger.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We being an independent record label, we had a mindset where we like done our own thing and moved the way we wanted to move. And that was something that, I was able to share with Floyd and encourage him to really be himself, because when I met him, he was, somewhat quiet when he got on the podium. With the promoters at the fight and different things like that, but he was somebody else away from that. And I encouraged him to be himself.
Hold on there. And wait, just wait there, because I'm going to give you this. I don't know whether you can hear that on the other line.
Yeah.
But that was a round of applause. That's what I'm trying to say. You see, the reason why I had to give you a round of applause, because me and Spencer were inspired by this kind of talk, and again, having you on the show. And I told you, even, Spencer's never really heard me speak your name, but, I'm a secret student and I study the greats, and I've always looked at you as a great, and just because of the independence and, me and Spencer, we've done something unique, I would say, in building this platform.
We've done our own thing.
We've done our own thing, and you're leading the way. We're trying to emulate. So
100%, man.
Yeah, man. Sorry. So I had to give it a round of applause. I had to tell you because this is it. Again, right now I'm like a little kid in a candy shop because you know yourself. I'm sure you had people that you looked up to. That would be a good question. Who was who did you look up to? Who did you were you inspired by?
Well, I would have to begin with my mother.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Yeah. yeah, my mother and my father, they were, some were grandmothers, them was the people who shaped and mold my character. So, it nobody come before them other than, our creator.
Yes,
Amen.
sir. Yes, sir. And I believe that with all my heart, because everyone who knows me knows I speak about my father all the time. And you know, it is as young, I guess it's the same in America. Not many of us, black, white, Asian, or otherwise, in the inner cities grow up with their fathers. So to have a father to look up to and as a role model, it's just a great thing. And I'm happy that the listeners can hear this coming from a man like yourself. Your inspiration was your mother, your father, your grandmother. And then, again, I know Spencer wants to ask you.
Yeah. This is what, because I've read the book Respect, and unfortunately, because only a few months ago we was out in Dubai together, so I should have got the signed copy though. I didn't get the signed copy. I should have got the signed copy. I didn't get the signed copy. But what I am saying is this: there's a renowned story, and it's kind of legendary now, and I'd like you to elaborate on it. That allegedly, Floyd had some money for you, and Bob Arum, which I've heard an interview with Bob Arum, said, Floyd came to me and said, you got to play this guy J.Prince. And so could you elaborate on that story? How much was it? How much did he have to run and give you back? He had to pay you back some money or something for him to fight?
No, I don't know. It wasn't about paying me back. It was just about, me being compensated for my work, whatever.
Exactly.
That was with that fight that was taking place. So, it was just a misunderstanding in the air that, was corrected, and, I got paid and we good.
Because your book title is Respect, and I know you live by that code, because it's anything that happens, we always hear a rapper got some jewelry snatched. Oh, let's talk to J.Prince. Oh, someone got their car jacked. Let's talk to J.Prince. It's seemingly you are that guy who carries that respect. People just know, J.Prince, well, boy, we got to bow to the elders, and you're the person that gets things done. How did you manage to get in that position of people just knew your seriousness of business?
Well, I would say first of all by giving respect. Exactly. I always been a man that gave respect, and from giving respect, I demanded my respect. And you all from the hood, I'm from the hood, so you can only imagine the things that one have to go through along the journey to earn his respect.
That's right.
So, just like many others before me, I had to earn it, but, I started off by giving it. And, it's a beautiful thing when you earn your respect in a finesse manner. It's one thing being sloppy, earning it and getting yourself in a bunch of arrests and, different things like that. But when you can do things in a finesse manner, the brothers in the hood and the streets, it seem to even give it to you a little more. And I happen to be one of those guys.
But it's not even like the brothers in the streets, because you've transcended from the streets and you've broken all barriers, because they said, well Drake, you were the person that found Drake. You go for it, and we're going back from way back from the Ghetto Boys, you know what I mean? And from everything that you've done, right from hip hop, then from hip hop you jump to sport, then Andre Ward signs that massive deal with Rock Nation Sports. Incredible. Yeah. You just keep on going. And what I've also realized is this: the fighters that you usually deal with, they're skillsters. You don't really deal with rough and tumble fighters. You usually deal with skillsters, guys with finesse, guys with style, with class, that kind of swag in the boxing, the guys who deal with the sweet science. So it would seem to me that you're actually a fan of the sweet science more than the rumble, tumble, the bruising of the sport.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely a fan, and most of all, I like to win. So I'm not a person that don't like to win. So I have an eye to be able to see a winner. When I spot it. But yeah, it's just like you said. I definitely have elevated from the streets. I always give credit where my foundation was laid, but I have elevated in this world that's called corporate America, or the corporate world worldwide.
Yes.
And it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to apply strong principles that I was able to learn in the street to corporate America.
So, one golden question for any young entrepreneur starting in business, what would your one piece of advice, your golden piece of advice be to that young person who wants to emulate you, wants to, be independent and own his own stuff?
Well,
what kind of advice what would be a great piece of advice for someone starting on that?
Well, I will begin with this one, to be fearless.
Yes.
To not allow fear to reside in your dreams, in your visions, in no capacity. Because the word fear, it's a word that I don't believe is of God. But most of all, I see so many get paralyzed because of the word fear, whether it's coming from another, whether it's coming from somebody in their household, or wherever the case may be. So be a fearless individual, and then equip yourself. Equip yourself with the necessities that it takes to win with. And that could be different things in different fields that you may choose, but you want to equip yourself. You want to equip yourself of the what, when, where, and how ingredients to accomplish, the goals that's before you.
And it's that's so on point because, we started this podcast 2 weeks ago, and now today, for the first time ever, we're using microphones, headphones, live
Beautiful.
Transmission.
And we're speaking to a legend. So we done that in 2 weeks. People been at this game for a long time, but I took my own money. And I again, it's you people that inspired me, people like yourself. I took my own money, I invested back in myself, and Spencer came here this evening and he's like, oh my goodness. And I'm saying, this is what we got to do, Spencer. We got to invest back in ourselves.
Yeah. And you have to be fearless to do that.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Well, you know me.
Yeah, I know Spence.
Me, Spencer. It's again, you talk about blessings and your belief in God and your the fearlessness, and I just feel that Spencer will back me up. I've been telling
and that's important as well. It's important to surround yourself with like-minded individuals.
Yes,
because to have a chain is only strong as its weakest link.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes,
to have to be surrounded by someone who's second guessing or who is weak and won't invest in himself, don't believe in himself, his mind is not strong enough to say, I'm just as smart or wise as any of them. I can do all things. That could be a crutch or bondage that can stop the movement.
We don't get weed! Lies in the cup! Lies in the cup!
Yeah, 100%.
Well,
J.Prince, before you go, because I like your stories, I can listen to you all
day long.
It's like this seems just like was that in Dubai again? Because I was just prepping. He must have been getting sick and tired of all the questions I was asking, but because I was just you know what I mean. I'm just around one of the man them. You get what I'm trying to say? One of the man them. But I remember you in reading your book Respect. You lost a lot of money on a famous fight between Roy Jones and Mike Tyson. I just like when you tell that story. So
man.
can you just tell me that story one more time? I just want to hear the story.
Roy Jones and Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Roy Jones and Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
What happened there, sir?
Man. Well, that was a big dream that never really came to fruition.
Oh, wow.
But I was able to set up a meeting with my friend Roy Jones, and of course I knew Mike. We all met out at my ranch to talk about scheduling that fight.
Wow.
And we left with a game plan. You know, we left in agreement that they all would fight. It was just a matter of getting someone that would put the money up for the fight. And
Jeez.
we seeked out the Maloof brothers. And myself and Roy went and had a meeting with one of the Maloof brothers, or maybe it was two. And basically, we wanted them to guarantee each fighter at least $25 million. And they was a little short of that. They wanted to guarantee like 17. And at the time, you know, Roy wasn't happy with that. He felt like he could get them up. And, you know, between getting them up and the fight with Tarver,
Yes.
we all know what happened.
Wow.
Whatever concerned.
So basically, Tarver
Ruined your plans.
ruined the plans.
Yeah, he threw a wrench in that.
Oh
that
my
game.
goodness! Listen, wait, hold on. This bar is cool for dream it, believe it, become it. Because we dreamt it, we believed it, but Tarver never allowed us to become it.
That's a wah.
That's a, hold on,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
We got the one for that. That's for Tarver for messing up. But that is a fantasy fight that we are going to discuss today. Roy Jones Jr. versus Mike Tyson.
Okay, we got that one. And let us say again, I mean, seriously,
It's been an
honor,
a
blessing.
a
Trust
blessing.
me, like I speak to Jay quite regular, but to get him on the show, that is like on the first guest, it's gonna be hard to go top this now.
No way.
It's gonna be too
No
hard.
way,
It's too hard.
Jose.
You just mashed up the whole thing now, Jay. But
Man, hey, I can't wait. I can't wait to come there and see my man Shakur
Yes.
put hands on.
On Josh.
what do you think would happen
Yeah.
if he fights Josh Warrington? How many rounds? What do you think would happen?
I think it would be a interesting fight. You know, I would like to see him punish him.
Punish him.
Yeah, with a lot of rounds. I'm not even hoping that fight ends fast.
Okay,
But,
Josh
you know,
Taylor comes, he
just-
brings that work, you know. Josh.
Yeah, I
Warrington
know.
brings that
He
work.
gonna have something to say about that, and that's what's gonna make the fight so exciting.
Maybe we got to get Josh on the phone.
We gotta get Josh
We gotta
on the
get
phone. I'm gonna
Shakur on the
focus,
phone.
yeah. It's all
and let's
good, man.
make this fight happen and let's take our percentage.
100%.
J.Prince, it has been an absolute honor. I don't know how we're going to top this because a legend of 35 years in business. We can't even just say boxing or rap or business. 35 years in the game, strong, idol to many, inspiration to most, and a God-fearing man. And God bless you, brother. Thank you.
Hey, I appreciate y'all.
Take care. God bless, sir. Thank you.
All good.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Stamina for Sale YouTube channel.